Nah, there wasn't anything that they were doing that I wasn't expecting. We weren't expecting. The ball just didn't come my way, so let's move on to the next one.
Terry, from what you've learned about this group, how would you expect the response to be over the next 10 days, 2 weeks?
I expect it to be really good. I expect everybody to do what they need to do to kind of just take the accountability to move forward. Take this time to really take care of your body so you could come in next week against another division opponent. You know what I mean? We'll be at home against Dallas, and, you know, that won't be easy. So I just think everybody has to, you know, get their minds and bodies right for next week. And, you know, it's kind of on each individual, but also, you know, sticking together. You know what I mean? We haven't lost 2 straight, so this is new. But, you know, for us to be able to get to where we need to get to, we have to be able to overcome adversity. So we have good guys in this locker room. You know, we have good leaders and everything like that. So it's just a matter of getting back to the drawing board.
This might be the first. Go ahead.
Were you surprised you weren't targeted for the third quarter?
You know, it happens. You know, I can only control what I can, and you know, I'm just going to keep focusing on that.
This is probably the
field goal range in the fourth quarter, but obviously went for it on the fourth down. What did you kind of think when you heard that you guys were going to go for it then?
I mean, we've been doing that all season. You know what I mean? You know, Coach Quinn and Cliff are going to be aggressive, and we just didn't execute the play. So you got to give credit to the defense, but we've been aggressive all year, so it wasn't a shock.
What was your impression of Quinn corner?
I think he's a good corner. I think, you know, he plays well. He doesn't really play like a rookie.
No, I'm not surprised. I mean, that's the nature of this team. We're aggressive. We're going to go for it any chance we can. And, you know, it's on us as players to go ahead and execute it and you know, make that pay off.
Were you surprised at all, or was the defense doing something you weren't expecting? Just the offense never really got clicking for much of this game?
No, I wouldn't say surprised at all. No looks that we hadn't seen before. You know, we just simply didn't get it going today, and that's not acceptable.
The ebbs and flows of the football season, you know, the highs and the lows. It's all about conquering adversity inside of a season, right?
Absolutely. You know, you can't go out there and win every game. Of course, that's our mentality, and you know, we feel like today stings a little bit because we had chances to win this game.
Tonight, I love our brotherhood that we have here, and so I think that's going to carry us through.
What'd you make of Jaden?
Yeah, Jaden, you know, he's doing everything he can to continue to make plays and keep us in a rhythm, and so you know, we got to do everything we can to support him.
Also, were you excited, surprised when you guys decided to go for it on fourth down late in the game there?
Hey, we're coming out to play, we're coming out to win, and we know touchdowns win games, and so that's what DQ wants, and we know, hey, when we get in those game-winning moments, right, hey, it's all on the line, let's get it done, that's what he talks about. We know we're going to be going for it, and so that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, it's a tough one. We got to figure out what we can do better, and back to the drawing board.
What went well for you guys in the first 3 quarters containing Jalen?
I think we just made our tackles. You know, we were able to get a good beat on some of the things they were trying to do, and they did a good job adjusting.
Time of possession, that wear on a defense, do you felt like that happened at all tonight?
No, I think we were good.
Yeah.
I think we were good.
Probably the ebbs and flows of the football season. I mean, you've been through this before. It's always about staying neutral through adversity throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, you know, every good team is tested at some point, and you know, how you bounce back and how you show resilience is your definition of what team you'll be. So, you know, we'll be good.
What was the coach's message to you after this one?
Just keep going. We be resilient. You know, this is long. We still got a lot more games left, a lot of stuff to do, and a lot of things we can do better.
What is it about Saquon that makes him so tough to bring down?
He's just dynamic, man. He's a really good back, and even though you can bottom him up for 3 quarters, that one play can get him going, and you know, I felt like that happened today.
When you have a quarterback who's banged up and still going out there and playing hard, what effect does that have on the locker room?
Our quarterback? Oh, okay. Man, it just shows his heart, man. He's you know, a resilient young man, and you know, he's doing a great job for us. We could do better to help him.
Hey, Brian, talk a little bit about being back today and just what happened out there.
It actually felt good to be back, and we lost today, you know, straight up. You know.
What prevented the offense from getting going?
We just weren't playing our game, man. We just weren't playing like we usually play when playing our style of ball, you know, from start to finish. You know, really can't point out why we couldn't really get our momentum going, but it's a unit thing. We gotta get better. We gotta get better as a unit.
Rob, it seems like this is typical ebbs and flows of a football season. You have highs, you have lows, but to keep it neutral through adversity because there's still a lot of football left to be played.
Right. I feel like we had a great team, team that will respond to what we're going through now, and we will get back on track. We definitely got to look in the mirror and see what it's going to take for us to, clean up, everything that's dirty right now. But I feel like we got a great group of guys that take full accountability and do that.
Straight loss.
I mean, it's a one to remember, for me. Definitely gonna remember this game. We're gonna see them again, and we're just gonna be back to the drawing board. But that's where I'm at.
Why do you say you're gonna remember it?
I mean, it's a division game. You always want to win these games. It's like winning 2-1. So, it got to mean something. That's for myself. It means a lot. And I know the guys too. So that's just where I'm sitting with it. As far as my personal opinion. But yeah.
Hey Frankie, how does this team get back on track right now? Off a little bit, but how do you get back on track?
Oh man, I don't think we off track. We just, it's just like little plays here and there that, we just need to fix up and get back to the drawing board. So, I mean, there's nothing that, out of our control. Like, everything is correctable, and then, like I said, we just got to get back, watch this film. The main thing, getting our bodies right and getting healthy, and get ready for Dallas.
I think a month ago you were talking about celebrating wins, drinking tequila. Now it's 2 straight losses. How frustrating is it to be in this spot right now, and how motivated are you guys to figure those things out, like you're talking about, and get back to that win?
I think we motivated and we ever, after that loss against Steelers, we just got to bounce back, man. Don't make it a snowball effect and have this affect the rest of the season because we got a lot of games left. So, learn from this and then move on.
There's been a lot of locker rooms and people say stuff is corrected, but with this group, there truly is a sense that you're not far off, and this is kind of just the ebbs and flows of a normal football season. That you're not going to win everything, but you're not going to lose everything either.
Right, like you said, man, it's ebbs and flows. That's how the season goes, man. It's hard to win in this league, and the division games, you got to make them count. And props to them. They came out and played, and Saquon. We stopped in the first 3 quarters, and he kind of found his niche at the end, and we just got to play all 4 quarters.
The offense from kind of getting into the rhythm tonight.
I think it was just little things like details, execution. A couple drives we were behind the sticks. We got to stay ahead of the chains, but just little details that we gotta tighten up on.
What do you think that was?
I gotta watch the film. I don't like to say what it might have been or anything before I watch the film. So. Yeah.
What'd you make of Jaden?
I thought he did a good job of just continuing to keep fighting through, pushing through, and I think he did a good job of just keeping his poise and just pushing through the game.
With each of these past 2 losses, you guys had a late lead in the games. Did you guys, as a team, feel like you should have won both of these games?
I mean, yeah, like we go into games to play to win,
Typical ebbs and flows that you'll see in the NFL season. You can't get too high, can't get too low because there's a lot of football left. But what did you see out there today?
Just two really good football teams competing at a very high level. Games like these ones are the ones that it comes down to who can limit the mistakes. Margin of error is so small in these types of games. They capitalize on a few things that we did out there. And then just when it comes down to, crunch time, we just got to be a little bit better and, just always get back to our fundamentals and just execute.
It seems like he bottled up Saquon for most of the game, but that's what he does. I mean, he finds those moments and found it tonight.
He's an elite running back. His name is, known for a reason. hats off to him. But again, it just comes back to just us having to execute our calls, and is just always getting more than one tackler in there, and it's just being able to continue keeping our foot on the gas when it comes to like I said, the winning time. Like you mentioned, we did a good job early on keeping him contained, and it's just we can't let up towards the end.
People like Bobby and Frankie don't seem too concerned because they've been in this league a while and they know that the parts are still here. How are you feeling out there? I mean, this is kind of like your first indoctrination into some of this, but how are you feeling as far as this unit as a whole?
I love this team. I wouldn't want to go out to battle with anybody else. I know we're doing a great job right now. We're going to go back. We're going to fix the mistakes. We're going to clean them up. There's a lot of football left to be played, and so from here on out, it's just about making sure that when we get, I'm going to keep going back to saying the winning moments, when we get back to those moments that we are as sharp as ever.
Do you know when those winning moments are, like in a game? You mentioned that a couple of times. Do you know when those winning moments are, and do you know when they're kind of slipping away? Have you figured that, seen that already?
The winning moments come, in the course of an NFL game, right? It's a full 4 quarters. Yeah. You could be winning 21-0 in the first half, 21-7 in the third quarter, going into the fourth. It could be a 21-14 game with 12 minutes left. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be ready to play a full 4 quarters, no matter what the score looks like early on. And the winning moments comes down to I believe, those last 8 minutes of the game. And just, it's all about, who can execute, who can get the stops when needed, and just, 2-minute situations, 4-minute situations, who can play the best situation of football.
2 tough losses in a row, close losses, now 2 statistically easier games coming up, and then the bye week. Where's your thought process at with, these tough losses being so close to those results and then some easier matchups?
I haven't really thought even about that. I'll just say at the end of the day, it's about us. It's tough opponent, lesser opponent, however you guys want to put it. Just it's all about us at the end of the day. We care about how well can we prepare to make sure that we're ready to go against whatever opponent we're facing that weekend.
Yeah, that was kind of the theme of the day. We couldn't really get things going, and not sure exactly, what it was, but, we like to, pride ourselves on, starting fast, starting early, get it going. And, we got to bring that energy up front. So, my mind goes to, us front 5, we got to be a source of energy. So, it's definitely something to improve on.
From the press box, it didn't look like Jaden was himself. I wonder if you guys saw him in the field, and if so, what do you think that was?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, exactly what you're getting at. And, us up front, we just got our jobs, and, the better we do our jobs, the better the team performs. So, it's the underlying rule that we got up front, so we just got to take care of business.
For you being here on this side of the rivalry, what were the emotions like for you tonight playing in this game, and how tough is it for it to be lost?
I mean, pregame obviously was emotional. Just the coin toss, everything after that was emotional. Seeing my family in the stands or in the suite, where they always were, was emotional. But at the end of the day, once the ball was snapped, it felt like a normal football game. Obviously, really wanted this one, just like I want all of them. But this one, obviously, wanted it a lot. But at the end of the day, this league is about execution. And offensively, we just didn't execute at a high enough level to win the game.
Was there a moment at some point pregame that really made it sink in?
Just seeing people I haven't seen in a long time, people that were an integral part of my career here, that I haven't seen in a long time. People that were in football ops, people that worked the building at the practice facility. Saw the janitor, one of the first people I saw when I came out here. And so just seeing people I didn't see for a long time was special. But at the end of the day, once I got going, I felt like it was a normal football game.
This league is about ebbs and flows, and you've seen it a lot. But with this group being, this is the first kind of losing streak with this group.
Yeah.
How do you comprise that?
I mean, when expectations are high, one win or one loss feels like 5, 2 losses feels like 15 in a row. And so it's just part of the thing when when your expectations are high for yourself and you're not able to pull it off, you're gonna hurt. It's gonna sting. And you got to reflect. You got to look in the mirror. These 10 days off are going to be really good for us to look what we've been doing well and what we need to get better at, and be able to attack going into the back half of the season, or the back however many games we have left. I don't think anyone is hitting the panic button, but at the same time, we got a lot to improve on to be the football team we want to be at the end of the year. 2 losses isn't going to change our mindset in terms of how we approach and attack this thing. But we do have to get better, and there's a lot of urgency that comes with that.
The decision to go for it on 4th and 2, what did you make of that? Were you surprised by it at all?
No comment. I have nothing to say. I trust DQ, and they got a lot of information that they go through all the decisions with, and I love that they want to put the ball in our hands as an offense, and we just didn't get it done.
You mentioned offensive struggles. What do you think is causing those offensive struggles for you guys?
Obviously, can't pinpoint now. Haven't watched the film. Can give you a better answer next week, obviously, but just didn't feel like we got in a rhythm. And when we did have a rhythm to start a drive, it felt like they ended pretty well typically. And that's just kind of been the thing. If we get a first down or 2 first downs, defenses really haven't stopped us. And it's just about us executing that getting that first down and then attacking even more so. So it just comes down to execution. Like I said, I've been in this league a long time. It's not the plays that are called, it's how we do it as players. And so we got to go out there and play better.
I know you said that the emotions were kind of subsided by kickoff, but I noticed that you blocked Cooper to Gene out of the back of the end zone on that one play. Were you a little more fired up earlier?
I mean, yeah. I mean, people. This organization preaches play style, run game, pass game. For me, it doesn't matter. I got to play at a high level to be the player I can be for this team, and I feel like I've been blocking at a high level and down the field all year. Really the past couple weeks, and I don't take that play as anything more than what it was.
What kind of emotions learned about this group? How would you think it would respond to the situation?
I think we're going to respond well. I mean, it's easy to say. Obviously, talk is cheap in this league, but if I know the men in this room, if I know the coaches in this room, they're going to attack this thing. No one's going to be harder on us than ourselves, and I'm excited to see how we respond. I mean, obviously, I can sit here and say we have the right guys in this room, and I truly believe that. But at the same time, we got to go out there and execute. We got a division game, and I don't care how Dallas is playing. Whenever you have play an NFC East team, it's a dogfight, and so it's going to be a battle.
As you guys get into this final stretch, I guess what's your impression on this Eagles team? I mean, obviously we're with them for a long time, like some of the new pieces, especially.
Extremely well coached on the defense, better than I would say. The whole crew is playing at a high level together. I got a lot of respect for Vic Fangio. He was my DC in college for a year. And so I'm not surprised with how they're playing. Jalen Carter's going to be one of the best defensive players in this league for a long time. He's the key cog on that defense, in my opinion. And then they got a lot of players that are playing at a high level. But the whole group is playing at a high level. And so I got a lot of respect for them, obviously. Know a lot of them. Don't know too many. I know a few, actually, I should say, not all of them. But we got a lot of respect for them. Excited to play them again.
Thanks. How would you describe the atmosphere in the locker room afterward?
I mean, obviously stings for sure. I mean, a division game obviously stings, but I mean at the same time, like we know who we are and we know what we're all about, and we're gonna have a little 11 days right here to get our mind, body, soul right. But all the confidence in the world. I mean, obviously, it's got to be better, in some areas. But I mean, at the end of the day, the confidence in this group is very high, and we're having held to that standard of championship standards. So I mean, we're in it. We're not. There's no panic button or anything like that. We're just sometimes these are great learning points in the season, and obviously you always want to win them, and it comes down to those situations late in the game like that. One score and everything, but at the end of the day, our brotherhood, we're straight.
Could you just talk a little bit about just the play of this offense today? How would you assess you all overall?
I mean, definitely we can be better in a lot of different areas. I mean, I have not watched the film yet, but at the same time, obviously, being, better on first and second makes third down a lot more valuable in regards of converting. And but at the same time, it's all 11. It's all 11 us being on the same page, and it's all about converting on third down. And but that becomes with first and second down too. So I mean, I haven't watched the film yet. Obviously, we lost the game, so we gotta be better.
You said the most important thing is there's no time to push the panic button right now. Could you talk a little bit more on that?
Yeah, we're not panicking. I mean, we're straight. We're there's things as a divisional game, but at the same time, we know who we are, we know where we're at, and we're gonna be better.